Good morning, all. I welcome you all for this webinar. Please ensure that I am audible to you. Anyone of you, please confirm.
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, sir. So I welcome you all for this webinar planned by our research department, Dr. Ariyaran sir, Sri Shasta Institute of Engineering and Technology. My name is PM Subramanian. I am working as an assistant professor in automobile department in Sri Shasta Institute of Engineering and Technology. And I have completed my post-graduation in automobile engineering and MBA in technology management. And I am doing research work in vehicle suspension system. And I am having a teaching experience of about 13 years and industrial experience about 14 years. And I am having international journal publications about 2 and international conference about 4 and national conference about 2. So today I will be delivering a webinar on emerging technologies and startups in the automotive industries. That is, I am from automobile department. So I am going to discuss about what are the technological advancement going to take place in automotive industries in the year 2021 and in the subsequent years. So what are the technologies we have to concentrate and what are the startups are going to be available in automotive industries. That is, I will be explaining about the startups so that the automotive OEMs have to make collaboration with these startups to address the global technological changes. So in my webinar, this is my overview. That is, what are the things I'm going to cover in this webinar. So in automotive field, we are moving towards information-centric technologies. That is, we are going to focus on information-centric technologies that will be deciding the future of automotive industries. So what are the information available? The vehicle has to communicate with the centralized zone as well as with the adjacent vehicles. So that plays an important role in safety as well as driver assistance also. So the information-centric technologies will play a vital role in our future of automotive industries. And I will be giving an overview of emerging technologies in the year 2021 and how it is going to proceed for another 10 years. And what are the relevant startups? So there is a website called SiteInners. They have identified, they have made a survey on different startups around the world. And among that, they have identified 20 potential successful startups. So that will be addressing the global technological changes. So they have been identifying a top 10 automotive industry trends and innovation that is going to be carried out. And for that, what are the startups appropriate? So you'll be seeing in this webinar. So mainly we'll be focusing on fully autonomous vehicle. So the global trend in automotive industry is most of the automakers are moving towards autonomous vehicle, and they are concentrating on vehicle connectivity and Internet of Things. So three things we'll be seeing now. That is a fully autonomous vehicle and vehicle connectivity and Internet of Things. Then other emerging technologies, already you might have studied electric vehicle, that is electrification. Already we have been successful in electrifying our automotive vehicles. So what are the startups associated with the electrification and what are the infrastructure needed for charging? Then also we are going to discuss. Then another major technological advancement is sharing mobility. So we'll be discussing the sharing mobility in urban mass transportation. We'll be addressing it. So you can see in this slide. So I already have told you there is an organization called Status Insights. That is, it is a research center. They will be analyzing what are the emerging technologies, automotive technologies around the world. So they have concluded these are the top 10 automotive industry trends and what are the startups associated with these technologies. So this have been published in January 2021. So it is a recent research study done by this organization, Status Insights. So it will be helpful for automotive makers, that is original equipment makers, to identify their startups and they can make a collaboration in adapting that technologies. So you can see, I have listed out different technologies in this slide, or you can see autonomous vehicle, what are the startups, That is a globally recognized startups. That is, I'm going to speak about only globally recognized startups for different technologies. There is autonomous vehicle, connectivity, electrification. So like this, we are having 10 top automotive industry trends and what are their startups. So this slide give a overview of top 10 industry trends and their startup. So what they have done, no, they have done a study among 4859, that is 4,859 startups they have identified, and they have made a research study, and they have find out what are the emerging technologies and what are the successful startups. So the conclusion of this study will be the successful startups and what are the emerging technologies they have presented. So now, what are the technologies and what is the contribution in the development of the vehicle? That is how much a percentage it is going to influence the technological advancement in cars. For example, you can see in this map, there is autonomous vehicle is contributing about 21%. So latest trend in automotive sector, that is we are moving towards autonomous vehicle, that is globally. Then it comes next is connectivity and electrification. So you can see first is autonomous vehicle and the next one will be connectivity and electrification. So electrification, partially we have succeeded. So still there are some scopes to achieve. And connectivity, it is on progress. And next you can see shared mobility. That is, we don't have a single owner for a car. The ownership will be shared. Then other things are related to computer science. There is a big data and data analytics. Then human machine interface, blockchain. Then we are going for artificial intelligence. That is in the developing stage. That is 7%. It is going to influence the automotive sector. Then Internet of Things. And last, we are having what? 3D printing. That is, we are going for additive manufacturing, a new way of manufacturing the cars. So this is the contribution of different technologies have been identified by this organization. That is a Starters Insights. And you can see they have studied different startups. That is, you can see 4859 startups have been analyzed. So you can see globally, it has been represented in the slide. Okay. So you can see in India, we are having about 3 startups, and globally you can see how the startups are getting distributed. And the main thing what they want to highlight is US stands in the first. There is a number of startups are more in US compared to other countries. So this is a global startup map. That is how far the startups have been distributed around the world. So already I told you they have done study among 4859 global startups, and from that they have identified what are the top 10 automotive industry trends and what are the 20 promising startups. So in that they have identified, you can see in the magnified view of this map, US plays a key role. So you can see more startups are in US, and next Europe, UK and France, we are having more startups next to US. So now we'll be addressing what are the top 10 automotive industry trends in the year 2021. So first of all, we'll be discussing about startup. That is, before going to this slide, let me explain what is a startup and what is a scale up. Okay, so this startup is called a young company. That is, initially they will be getting a fund. It will be getting a seeded money. The owner will be one, or the owner relatives also may be funding this startup. So they will be having a unique product or service. But what is the challenging part in a startup is the validity of the concept have to be done. That is, they may be having one idea, and based on that idea, they will be starting a startup. But the startup will be successful when they are going to validate that concept. Once the concept is validated, the startup will be successful and it can yield more revenue as well as profit. So initially in startup, they should not focus upon the loss, or they should not focus upon earning more profit and all. So it is highly risky in making a startup. So once your concept is accepted and it is validated, your startup can be developed into a scale up. So now I'll be explaining what is a scale up. So scale up means it is initially it will be a startup, Once the validity of the concept is completed, that is globally your idea has been recognized, then it can be termed as a scale up. That is, you can go for increased sales and you can earn more revenue. That is, in other words, we can say proven sustainability for a startup. That is called a scale up. Proven sustainability for a startup, that can be called as scale up. So now we'll be seeing what are the new technologies have been adapted in the cars. So my content hereafter will be explaining how far we are adapting the new technologies. What is the massive adaptation of the new technologies? That is adapting more technologies for a vehicle. So first of all, we are going to address about this autonomous vehicle. What do you mean by autonomous vehicle is the human intervention will be less. That is, you can see in the slide, that is, it is like a living room on the wheels. So you have to remember this, that is, you are sitting in a room, okay? So the room is getting a mood. So that is a concept of autonomous vehicle. So you can have a meeting in the room and you can take a rest also. That is, when you are going to sleep during your night time, you will be productive. That is, you will be able to transport from one place to another without getting help from the humans. So you will be productive during sleep also. So it will be minimizing the need for human drivers. So what is the main concept in autonomous vehicles? So whenever I'm using a driver due to fatigue or due to some loss in accuracy, it may result in accidents. So by going for autonomous vehicle, I can increase this accuracy and I can reduce the errors so that my public transportation will be safer. So that is the main aim in bringing this autonomous vehicle. So what are the technologies they are using? They will be placing the front seat so that it will be giving a full vision of the road. That is, you will be using AI, that is artificial intelligence, so that I will be having a computer vision to identify these obstacles, and based on that, the driving behavior can be changed. And the main important thing regarding is autonomous, no, there are different levels. I'm not going to explain that different levels of autonomous. Let me say that is a level 4 and 5 that is under progress only. Level 4 and 5 means what happens, no human intervention. So depending upon that climatic condition or depending upon that external disturbances, the car can accommodate to these changes. That will be called as level 4 and level 5. Level 5 means the changes will be more or less similar to our human action. So you heard about Tesla. The Tesla have been successful in autonomous vehicle in achieving a level 2. That is a level 2. The autonomous will be in steering, accelerating, and braking. So that is the main thing. Tesla have been succeeded in that. That is, they have achieved a level 2 of autonomous, and they are moving towards level 4 and level 5. And now I'm going to explain about the startups associated with this autonomous vehicle. That is, there are a startup called Intervoo. That is a US-based startups. So what they have done is they have developed a pedestrian behavior prediction technology. That is, when you are driving in a car, they will be observing the pedestrian. That is how far they are going to behave, whether they are going to come in front of your vehicle, what they will be, what they will be the behavior of the pedestrians. That is, whenever when it's going to be raining or suddenly another car is going to overtake you. So what will be the reaction of the pedestrian? So that will be predicted. So in this startup, they made a more accurate representation of this pedestrian behavior. So the accuracy is more, and based on that, your vehicle will respond to this pedestrian behavior. And there is another startup that is also US based, that is UDELV. That is, they are using advanced artificial intelligence algorithms. I am not going to address about these algorithms and all. Just I'm going to give an overview. What are the technological advancement have been done in this autonomous vehicle? And they are using hyper-speed teleoperation. That is, what do you mean by teleoperation? Means you are operating a car or operating a machine at a distance, and it will be at the speed will be more. And they have been successful in delivering groceries. Okay. So in this, I'm going to address another one important point. That is, in vehicles, there is a term called first mile of connectivity and last mile of connectivity. Remember this word. first mile of connectivity and last mile of connectivity. So what do you mean by first mile of connectivity? Means we will be having a automaker, that is, you will be having a factory. They will be producing cars or whatever, maybe the products will be produced. So the products or goods will be transported from the manufacturing facility to a hub. Okay, so that is the first mile of connectivity. And the last mile of connectivity means from the hub to the customer, it will be transported. That is it will be reaching to the end use of the product. That is, a customer will be using it. That is called last mile of connectivity. So in this startup, no, they have achieved the last mile of connectivity. So in this autonomous vehicle, based on the order that is going to receive from a mobile app, they will be getting that groceries from the supermarket, and they will be reaching your home, and a message will be coming in your phone, so that automated delivery of groceries will be achieved. So next technology what I'm going to address is connectivity. That is, you may ask, everything is related to autonomous vehicle, and it is related to communication only, and the different words we are going to use. Connectivity. What is connectivity means? When I want to achieve autonomous vehicle, no, I have to make my cars. It has to communicate with adjacent car, and it has to communicate with a centralized platform, or it has to be communicating with adjacent pedestrians or adjacent buildings. So it has to communicate in all the sense. So connectivity plays an important role. So if for every car, I'll be having a digital identity that will be a tamper-proof. No one can hack or can take the data from your vehicle. So so that you will be connected with the adjacent cars. Okay. So for autonomous vehicle, the vehicle have to be connected. For example, it will be transporting the information like road condition and what are the errors in the map. That is, when you are using a Google map, we may have some errors. That error should be communicated to a centralized station, so that they can rectify, and they will be intimating about the performance of the car, so that the maintenance schedule can be done, and it will be intimating about the traffic conditions in the road, so that what I can ensure is the congestion can be avoided, so that the other cars may take another route. And another important thing is the car can communicate with traffic signals. That is a very important point to address. That is this is most needed in our transportation system. That is, when the frequency of the car is more, the traffic signals should blink the red light for a more time. When the frequency of the car is getting reduced, we have to adjust traffic signals. For that, we need what? A connectivity. So the car should be connected with traffic signals. So when I'm having a connectivity, the automakers, they are not going to produce cars alone. They are going to produce a digitally connected driving system. Okay. So you have to remember that is the most appropriate word is computer on wheels. So hereafter, instead of using the word cars, we'll be using the term computers on wheels. Okay. So the appropriate word is digitally connected driving system. Okay. Digitally connected driving system, and this connectivity is going to influence the entire mobility ecosystem. There is a mobility ecosystem means how far I'm going to have a transportation, how the cars are going to get mobilized, and what is the environment or ecosystem it is going to have. So the connectivity plays an important role in entire mobility ecosystem. Okay. So the connectivity, the major important thing is it will be having the vehicle data, and the vehicle data will be communicated. And another example I can say, when the vehicle is getting connected, I can get information about the parking space, whether the parking space is available or not, and other I can make a valet parking also for autonomous vehicle. And next you can see what are the startups related to connectivity. So you can see in a connected vehicle ecosystem, that is, you can see what are the components here: driver's vehicle, automotive players, transport infrastructure providers, technology providers, supplier, digital regulation, digital service providers. So all are getting interrelated, so that the performance of the vehicle can be improved, and safety and driving, everything will get optimized. And we are having a startup related to this connectivity. It is a British startup, V2X. Let me explain what is this V2X network. The startup name is V2X, but the V2X plays an important role. That is, V2X means the vehicle can communicate to everything. That is not only the adjacent vehicle, it can communicate to anything or as well as everything. That is a V2X. And V2X involves V2V. V2V means vehicle to vehicle connectivity will be done. And V2I means it can communicate with buildings as well as streets, lighting, and other things. For example, you are using a toll free. That is, nowadays you are having a sticker in the toll free. That is, you will be having a sticker in the cars. Then you are crossing the toll free. Automatically, the amount is going to get deducted from your bank account. So that plays an important role in connectivity. So here, what happens? You are communicating with the infrastructure. That is, you are passing a toll. That is V2I. So V2X means it involves a vehicle to everything that comprises V2V and V2I. So we are having a startup, a British startup, that is V2X network. So the vehicle will be communicating to everything. And the main thing you can see what they have done. That is, I'm going to address about this startup. There is a low latency real-time communication. What do you mean by latency means? That is when you are processing a data, no? So it will take only less time. That is, you will be having a communication. It is a wireless communication, and you might have heard a word called caching in the systems. That is, a caching means temporarily you can store the data. That is, you can store more amount of data like a RAM, and you can access the data quickly. So your caching will be more efficient in this startup, and we are having a low latency. Latency means that is, it can process a high volume of data with the minimum delay. That is, if I'm saying I'm going to retrieve the data less than 20 millisecond means it is a good latency. So low latency means the delay which is going to take place. So it is going to have a low latency. That is, it can process a high volume of data with minimum delay. For that, they are using a technology called distributed ledger technologies. It is similar to our bank. That is, the transactions and the details, no, it be recorded in multiple places at the same time, so that it can be retrieved soon. Okay, so the startup have been using this technology so that the communication, the latency time will be reduced. Okay, and they have developed another technology called ChargeX. So parking space information will be given so that they can use it. Next startup is a Israeli startup. That is a no traffic. So what they have used is it is artificial intelligence powered traffic signal platform, so that it will be having a smart mobility. So globally, the recognized startups or most successful startups related to this connectivity, we are having this British V2X network and Israeli no traffic. So you can see the connectivity. What are the things in connectivity? Everything we will say in connectivity, but different words. There is, you can see we are using a word telematics. We are using a word telematics, then autonomous driving system, cloud service, infotainment, and vehicular communication system, navigation system. ADAS is automotive driver assistance system. ADAS is automotive driver assistance system. So let us explain about infotainment. That is, you can see here infotainment means that is, it is a brand it related to information and entertainment. That is, what are the automakers is going to globally offering the infotainment service in a car. That is, infotainment means it is a combination of information plus entertainment. That is called infotainment. And what do you mean by telematics means it is a branch of information technology. There is a branch of information technology, so that for a long distance, how I am going to transmit the computerized data. That is similar to your phone. Your speech is getting transmitted via cables. No, the same thing. How you are going to transmit the computerized information over a long distance. That will be termed as telematics. And other things you know about cloud service. So the best example of cloud service is like our Google G Drive. so that we can store the data in the third party and you can retrieve it. So wherever you are going to go, no, you can take the data from that cloud service. You don't need to have a separate storage at that location. You can access the storage from different locations. And navigation, it is like a GPS that is going to guide you, that is in which path you have to go and other things. Then a vehicular communication system, how the vehicle is going to get communicated and what are the data available in the vehicle which is going to be shared and other things. So this everything is going to be coming under connectivity. And this slide shows the connected car leadership. So in this technology, who are leaders, and infotainment, who are the leaders. So this gives a data about the connectivity car leadership. Then we are going to address about electrification. So already you might have studied about this electrification. So electrification in India, already there is a government order that by 2030, we are going to switch over to electric vehicles. And that in important point, what will be happening now when we are going to move towards electric vehicle, you can note down this data. That is, India can save regarding India. This data I got it from the net. That is, India can save rupees 20 lakh crore. That is, when I am going for a mobility solution which is fully electric, no, I can save about rupees 20 lakh crore. That is in 2030, and I can minimize 1 gigaton of CO2. So it plays an important role in emissions as well as global warming. I can minimize 1 gigaton of CO2 by going towards electrification. So electrification, already you know why we are going for electrification, because we can't rely on fossil fuels. We have to look for alternatives, and we are looking for alternatives so that zero emissions will be there. So what are the challenges? That is the main thing in electric vehicle, so that only the electrification is not under full development, because the price, that is if you are going for an electric bike, it will be costing around 1.5 lakhs. Our government is offering subsidies, but what about the maintenance and what about the other things have to be addressed? Then battery, how for the life of the battery, and charging infrastructure plays an important role in electrification, and the startups will be addressing in battery and charging infrastructure only. And when I'm going for charging, no, I'll be focusing on renewable energy charge, so that globally the emissions will not increase. So regarding electrification, the globally startup, we can say Lordstown Motors. That is what they have done is they have made a electric pickup truck. So it is a 4-wheel drive. So they used 4 electric motors, and they have succeeded in achieving 250 miles. That is 400 kilometer on a single charge. So this data is just to give an overview about this startup, why it is called globally recognized startup. And we are having a German startup. Already I have told you it's a Charge X. What is a Charge X means? It is a charging station. So depending upon the condition of the vehicle, it can controls the charging speed. Okay, whether I have to increase my charging speed or to decrease, it can decide. That is, it is more adaptable to your charging time. So next, I am going to address about sharing mobility. Sharing mobility, that alone it is not coming into existence in India. That is a public transport. We are having what? Shared mobility. But in private transport, we are not full-fledged adapted this shared mobility due to the perception of the customers, and they want to adapt this technology, and they want to share their car with strangers. So that is the global attitude change need from our citizens. Then only we can achieve this shared mobility. So what is the advantage of this shared mobility means? I no need to go for no new vehicles. That is, I no need to purchase new vehicles. And when there is unused old vehicles, no, I can use it. There will be no need for me to keep my vehicle idle. I can put my vehicle in a shared mobility, so that the vehicle also will be in operation, and I can earn revenue also, and I can make a transportation also for my personal use by going for this shared mobility. So when the congestion in the road will be reduced when I'm going for shared mobility, so that the pollution will be reduced, the waiting time will be reduced. So already we are having a shared mobility, that is a public transit, but we need a micro mobility. Public transport, it is at a large scale. We are using a government buses, but at individual we need what? A shared mobility. That is, we need a micro mobility. There is micro mobility is needed, so that we can use this technology to a greater extent. Okay, so there will be a alternative to a traditional vehicle ownership. Okay, so it will discourages the unused vehicles, and new vehicles will be reduced when I'm going for this shared mobility. So you are having a startup in US, there is a Launch Mobility. They are using this LM mission control, this one. So here they are having a different arrangements. As you can see, free floating or station based car sharing. What is a free floating? No, that is, you will be booking a vehicle using a phone. Okay, that is, you will be booking a car using a phone, and you will be using it, and you can return it anywhere. Okay, that is, you no need to come to the point where you have taken. That is called free floating car sharing. Okay, you'll be booking a vehicle, and you will be using it, and you'll be retaining it to anywhere. Okay, so that is called free floating. Station based means what we have to use? No, you have to take the vehicle from the particular station, and you have to return it. Okay, so here in micro mobility, we are having what? The two types of scooters are there. That is you may have seen a small scooter that is without a proper seat. It will be very compact. That is called a dockless scooter, and there is another one called a docked scooter. So docked scooter will be used for station-based car sharing, whereas dockless scooter, you can use it and you can keep it in a space so that others can use it. Okay. So shared mobility, we need a advanced shuttle service and keyless rental program. So other things are there in shared mobility. Then we are having another startup in Singapore that is called as Beam. So they are offering e-scooters for shared mobility. So in shared mobility, bike sharing, now only we are coming into existence. That is in Chennai, in Metro, there is one startup. They are allowing your e-bike for their customers. That is you can't steal that bike because it is controlled by a cloud service, so that they will be immobilize your vehicle when it's not getting a return, and they can track your bike. So still we are moving towards this shared mobility, and this one is not fully developed. That is a car sharing, that is through Ola it is achieved, but we need a full development in a car sharing, so that the individual persons traveling in the car can be avoided. So these are the things. Public transport is already a shared mobility. Next, the most important technology I'm going to address is artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, already we have made some technologies. That is in cars, no? When you have to make paints for the cars, most of the automakers are using a robot. The robots are used for painting the cars, so that errors will be less. So already we have succeeded in robotic automation, and now we are looking for self-driving cars. So in this area, the artificial intelligence is going to play an important role. There is a self-driving cars. There is, you have to manage fleets, and you have to assist driver, and automotive manufacturing. So these are the areas where AI have to address. And regarding artificial intelligence, no, there are certain areas like machine learning. Let me put a word about machine learning, because it is a interdisciplinary research. CSE persons will be knowing about this. For others, what is a machine learning means? It is a analytical tool. There is a data analytical tool. Automatically, it will be making this analysis. That is, it will be building that analytical modeling, and it will be analyzing that model, and it will be giving the outputs. That is, you will be having a data. That is, you will be having a raw data. So the system will be learning from the data, and it can identify the pattern, and it can make a decision on its own. So with human interface will be less. There is a human intervention or human assistance will be less. The system itself can make a decision. That will be termed as machine learning. It comes under AI. And there is another thing called deep learning. What do you mean by deep learning? Means similar to machine learning, but the system will work related to human brain. So we'll be having a mimic or a neural networks will be framed. So the system will react based on similar to our human brain. It will take a decision similar to human brain. For example, in mobile, you are having what? Face recognition. There is when you are seeing a person, you can recognize your that person name. No? So the humans can do it. The same thing can be done by the technology by having a deep learning. The example is face learning. Then another important area in artificial intelligence is big data analytics. So we'll be seeing it later in next slide. Before that, I'll be completing what are the startups associated with AI. So in this, we are having an Indian startup, Revits One. It is a globally recognized startup. That is it is a AI-powered fleet. Okay. So it is a software that will be using AI for giving an input about speed and what about the health condition of the vehicle. And we are having a device called Voicera IT. There is a voice-based virtual assistance. So you might have seen in movies. So the voice will be assisting you for driving a car, and you will be having an onboard speed recorder, so that based on the adverse condition, it can give a input for you. And there is another startup, Apex AI. So it will be offering a solution for autonomous mobility solutions. And we are having a platform, MARV. So it is an automotive data management platform that has been developed by this startup. Then the next, this one, it is also a branch of AI. There is a big data and data analytics. So what do you mean by this big data means? We'll be having a large diverse data. The data will not be related to one another. It will be a raw data, and we'll be having advanced analytic techniques to analyze this data. And we'll be able to find that trends which are not able to obtained in the normal tools. That is, it can help you to find the challenging trends and patterns, and it will be able to address you the correlation in the large amount of data what you have got. So this big data plays an important role in life cycle of the vehicle. So based on the data collected from the vehicle, it can make a decision. There is when you need a maintenance and what is the action you have to take to improve the vehicle performance, say predictive maintenance, and it will be informing about the transportation of the vehicle, and it can alert you during accidents and driving sales. That is when you want to purchase a sales, no? That is online sales only now the customers are preferring. So this big data will play important role in online sales, and supply chains will be optimized. So supply chain means it's an activity done by the organization to deliver the goods or service. So how the goods are serviced to the end user, that will be related to supply chains. Okay. And regarding this startup, you can see we are having a US-based startup called Procon Analytics. It is mainly used in automotive finance, so that they will be getting the data in real time, and they will be giving an input to the lender, so that the risk of the customer will be assessed. And we are having another startup, a Swiss-based startup, Unit 8. So they will be offering a digital solution, and they will be having a predictive models to address the scenarios. So you can see the big data application for automotive ecosystem. So these are the areas. You can see the different areas where this big data is going to make a influence. Then next one, what we are going to discuss is a human-machine interface. Human-machine interface means how you are going to communicate with the machine. That is, there you need a medium, so that you have to give an input to the machine. For example, you may use a voice-based or haptic feedback. What do you mean by haptic feedback? Means a touch. That is, you are using a touchscreen mobile, no? So that you are using this feedback to communicate with your mobile. So either you can communicate with a machine with a voice or a touchscreen. So that is a medium called as human-machine interface. That is a standing between a human and a machine. So this relates to the car control. That is how the user can control the car, and you will be having a virtual assistant. That is what is the action you have to take for different situations. So there is a software startup. There is a US-based startup, Avia. So that is a based important role in unmanned aerial vehicles and robots. And what they are done is they have decreased the human-machine interface development cycle time, and they have enhanced the safety. So the startup has been globally recognized, and in unconventional situations, it can drive the driver attention. There is another startup, that is a German startup, that is Apostira. So already I told you there is a system called Advanced Driver Assistance System, so ADAS. So it plays an important role in this. And we are having augmented reality. Let me put a word about this augmented reality. Augmented reality means the vision will be enhanced. That is a real physical world will be having an enhanced version. That is, we will be having a digital visual element. Okay, so it will be magnified so that you can understand the real physical world in a more accuracy. So you will be having a information or a text or a graphics that will be given to you. As you'll be having a camera and other things. And the next one, blockchain. So blockchain means it is like recording information. So how the blockchain is going to play an important role in a vehicle. So when you are going to record information, it should not be changed or it should not be hacked. So that can be done by blockchain. When you are recording the information with the help of a blockchain, you can't change or you can't hack. So the digital information will be recorded and it will be distributed, but it can't change. So in this slide, you can see how far it has been developed in automobiles. That is, you can see in 1966 to 1995, that R&D era has been started. So 2007, infotainment, and 1995 to 2002, embedded era. Then V2X, I have explained, no? It has been started in 2012. Then new mobility era, there is a 220. So we are going for autopilot, that is autonomous vehicle and other things. That is, Google is planning to launch the autonomous vehicles. So you can see this blockchain. This sketch will be explaining you everything about the blockchain in automotive. That is, you can see identification and tracking, the vehicle recall optimization, then other things, insurance, ownership, transfer, and other things. So these areas are related to this blockchain. Okay. So British startup is there. There is a Cube Intelligence that will be helping in autonomous vehicle. So what they are going to do now in autonomous vehicle, when you are having this startup, no, they are telling that you can't attack this. That is, you can't hack the software. It can prevent you. Okay. So you'll be having a smart parking management system. So this will be provided by this startup. Then you are having a Israeli startup that is called DAV. That is autonomous vehicle. It has been decentralized. Decentralized means it can communicate with other vehicles, and it can discover the adjacent autonomous vehicle and other service providers similar to your connectivity. So these are the two startups that is related to the blockchain. So next, the additive manufacturing. So what is additive manufacturing means? The new way of manufacturing the cars. That is, we are going for 3D printing. What do you mean by 3D printing means? That is, imagine you are having a structure and divide that structure into different layers. So the 3D printing will be getting these slices one by one. So that will be the main task of this 3D printing. And you can see with the advancement of 3D printing, we are having what we can go for rapid prototyping, and you can have a spare parts and you can check whether you are going to matte or not. And you can go for a composite material so that you will be having enhanced strength with minimum weight. So regarding additive manufacturing, the startup is, you can see, Swiss-based startup, that is 90 Labs. They are using carbon composites. And what they have done now, where to position this fiber for enhanced strength. So they are having a software which will be optimizing this fiber position. And we are having an Italian startup, that is MOI. So along with the 3D printing, it is having a thermosetting composite material. So that is the main collaboration they have made with this startup. So last one, the 10th trend in automotive, there is Internet of Things. Let me explain what is the Internet of Things. That is, we will be having a system that will be interrelated and that will be connected in internet. So you can collect and transfer the data, and the data will be transferred in a wireless form. Okay? So we'll be having a communication between the vehicle that plays important role in the connectivity, and you can communicate the vehicle with the infrastructure component. So everything related to connectivity, and we are using the word Internet of Things. That is, we are using an internet. So you'll be having information about road safety, and it can solve the traffic congestion, and it can reduce pollutions and other things. And the main thing is we will be having advanced sensing technologies, so that it will be giving the picture of the surroundings to the other vehicle as well as the centralized station. And it can automate the payment for fuels and tolls. Currently, we have automated for tolls, and in future, we'll be making the fuel payment also automated. So you will be having this development, this sketch already I have told you in different years. What are the IoT connected cars have been came. That is, you can see electric starters, then the compact display, 2000 USB and other things. And 2021, we are looking for 94 million connected cars. So US, we are having a startup that's ECOG. It is a IoT based operating system. So used for EV charging. That is, this startup is mainly addressing this electric vehicle charging infrastructure. So where I can identify my electric vehicle charging points, and it will be giving information about this. And there is another startup, Canadian startup, that is a Connect Shift. So it will be optimizing your travel, that how the vehicle is going to travel and how you have to manage your transport. So there is a device called Connect GS01. It is an automatic electronic logging device that will be continuously tracking your vehicular health, so that you can make the remedial action. And at last, I will summarize what are the points that technology has to be done in automobiles. So we are looking for AI-based automated inspections, and we are looking for big data and analytics in design of products. And machine learning and Internet of Things plays an important role in electric cars as well as driverless cars. And after this COVID pandemic, people behavior has been changed. Instead of going for a public transport, they are preferring a personal mobility. So what happened? Initially, the car sales have been decreased. Now the car sales have been increased after this COVID, because the people preference is more for personal mobility. And in this, the China and the US is having a faster rate. That is, a recovering rate is more in China and the US. And in Europe and India, we are having a slow rate recovery, considering this personal mobility. And what we are going to do, we are looking from horsepower to computing power. That's, instead of having an engine on wheels, we are going for computer on wheels. And most of the automakers, instead of making a collaboration with a supplier to have a software, they have to develop their own software. So it will be a new concept for our automakers. They have to develop their software in-house, so that I can develop compact cars. And regarding sales, hereafter showrooms will be vanished. So most of the customer will not be going to the dealer to visit a car. So everything will be virtual, so that showroom visit will not be there, and most of the customer can purchase a car in online. The another technology already we have discussed, connector car, and there will be a vehicle ownership. That is, instead of having the vehicle for an individual person, they can put a vehicle for a shared mobility, and they can lease the vehicle ownership. Otherwise, we can use like a subscription, like our SIM card. We can subscribe a vehicle for a month, and you can use it, and you can return. So these are the technologies are going to be addressed in future. And the main thing in automotive, there is a word I got it from the net, that is HWW. That is health, wellness, and well-being. That is, I have to address about my environment also. So I have to bother about health, wellness, and well-being. And the most important concept is reuse and recycle. That is, we have to use reuse and recycle so that the wastage will be reduced. When you are reducing the wastage, you can make more profit. And the other thing is design and dismantle. You have to remember this word for a global trend: reuse and recycle. Then design and dismantle. Once you are using a car and you will be dismantling after a certain period, and you can reuse as well as recycle. And the most important mantra next is innovating to zero. That is the most important mantra. Innovating is to zero means wastage zero, emission zero, fatality zero, accident, and everything should be zero. So that should be the slogan for all automotive makers. That is innovating to zero. So that should be mind in all automakers. And you have to concentrate on electric vehicle setup. And there is a competition in electric vehicle. That is a fuel cell electric vehicle and battery electric vehicle. So fuel cell electric vehicle, still it is in a research phase. So that is going to compete with your battery electric vehicle. So who is going to be succeeded will be seen in the subsequent years. So these are the technological advancement is going to be taking place in the upcoming years. So if you're having any questions, you can ask.